Measuring sales confidence with the tools like a survey provides insights into enablement gaps and needs of the front-facing teams. But what exactly can you implement to increase sales confidence so that next time you measure it, you actually see growth? In this part of the course, I will share some ideas and examples of initiatives you can launch to boost your sales team's confidence when they are presenting your products, position your solutions against competitors, and closing deals. As you build a plan to boost sales confidence, it is important to keep in mind who you are doing this for. Just like with external product marketing, your sales team has different personas, and you need to tailor your plan to fit their needs. Sales teams are structured differently depending on the company size and sales model. In some companies, one person might handle the whole sales process, while in others, there are specialized teams that guide customers through each stage. Whether your sales representatives focus on one part of the process or they wear multiple hats, their needs will be different. For example, BDRs and SDRs are talking to prospects at an early stage, so they will need awareness content with fewer technical details. Sales representatives need things like sharp pitch decks, product data sheets, battle cards, and proposal templates for the daily work. If one sales representative is handling the whole buyer journey, their needs will change depending on where they are in this process. Solutions engineer need more in-depth technical materials like solution briefs and product presentations to highlight the technical side of your product. And customer success will need customer-facing materials like roadmap to guide their interactions with customers. Now let's talk about the types of sales personas, their goals, and what enablement assets they may need. We'll start with BDRs, ISRs, and SDRs. For BDRs, ISRs, and SDRs, the main goal is to find and qualify the right potential customer and introduce them to the company. The collateral that this team may need includes a pitch deck with an overview of your products, product data sheets and comparison sheets, internal battle cards, and resources to handle objections. When it comes to product education, this persona needs to learn about topics relevant to the client's business and not too technical, but enough to build rapport and move prospects to the next stage of the buyer journey. Sales representatives. The main goal for sales representative is to generate pipeline and close deals through understanding customer needs and positioning your product as a solution to these needs. The collateral that this team may need includes a brand presentation with high-level company overview. This brand presentation can also feature the product presentation as well, or the product presentation can be a separate asset that you can provide. Case studies and publicly referenceable customer quotes, competitive comparisons, objection handling snippets, competitive metrics like pricing and feature comparisons of your competitors, and proposal templates for quick quoting. For product education, sales representatives don't need to go in depth. Their focus is on understanding the customer's challenges and presenting the right solution. If deeper technical knowledge is needed, they usually bring in solutions engineering later in the deal. Solutions engineering. For this team, the goal is to support the sales organization by developing and presenting product solutions to clients. They work closely with the sales representatives to create product demos, proof of concepts, and custom software solutions for potential customers. The collateral that this team may need includes advanced presentations that dive deep into technical details, information on product updates with explanation why these updates matter to prospects. And for product education, solutions engineers usually don't need much internal education on the product because they are very technically versed in technologies. For customer success, their goals are to oversee smooth customer onboarding, provide great customer experience, and drive renewals. The collateral that this team may need includes product presentations to help customers with early adoption of your features or products, product roadmaps, either as slides or an interactive web page to share with customers, and messaging options to communicate new products and major features to customers, like bullet points to talk about with customers and email templates and such. And in terms of product education, customer success teams are often the first to hear about new features and products, as current customers are usually the early adopters. So it's crucial that they know the basics, including what are we selling, why is it important, and what makes this product or feature stand out. So make sure to answer these questions when you prepare something for customer success teams. Now that you understand what each sales persona might need to be more confident and successful in closing a deal, let's look at some examples of enablement projects you can launch to increase sales confidence. In this lesson, we will talk about the main challenges that sales teams face when it comes to enablement. Based on years of sales confidence survey analysis, I have pinpointed the most common issues that can lower confidence levels and slow down the sales process. Challenge number 1, searchability. In many companies, sales resources that are supposed to help the team sell more are actually hard to find. Often, the only way for the salesperson to locate what they need is by searching through shared drives with keywords. The worst case scenario is that they cannot find it, and they end up creating their own version of the collateral. This can lead to all sorts of issues. From what I've seen, fixing the searchability issue, if you have it, should be a top priority. Without a centralized searchable location for assets, they simply won't get used by sales. Challenge number 2 is credibility. When there's a ton of collateral and no proper system for searching or keeping things updated, resources quickly lose their credibility. Sales team cannot use outdated materials. At best, they will try to update it themselves, but at worst, they will accidentally send the wrong information to a prospect or a customer, which can cause confusion and delay or affect deals in a negative way. Challenge number 3 is learning curve. This one is about knowledge. From understanding the products in your portfolio to being able to confidently talk about competitors and your product roadmap. For example, if your company is launching a product to a new market, the sales team will need to get up to speed on the market, including competitors, target audience, and even the right terminology used in that market. As product marketers, we play a key role in helping sales overcome that learning curve. Challenge number 4 is communication. In almost every survey I have run, communication is something that teams always say they want more of. The team prefers live communication over recorded or asynchronous updates. From what I've seen, sales teams rarely watch the videos we make for them. And I get it. They're focused on pipeline and closing deals, and any time spent on something else can feel like a distraction. But in a live setting, like a monthly team meeting, they are much more engaged, present, and ready to ask questions. To sum it up, front-facing teams need resources that are easy to find, accurate, and up-to-date. And this isn't a full list of challenges, but those are the top ones that I've seen in my research. Feel free to share your own experiences in the comments. Now I want to share with you top 8 examples of activities that I had a chance to launch and it enhanced sales confidence significantly. And before I start with the examples, I want to tell you one of my favorite Gandhi stories. It is about a woman and her son that had some issues with addiction to sugar, and they came to Gandhi's ashram to speak to him. Mother wanted the son to stop eating sugar because he liked Gandhi so much. She wanted Gandhi to tell him that. So they spent a few days to get to the ashram, and when they sat in front of him, Gandhi said, "Come back in 2 weeks." And mother was like, "Okay, we'll come back in 2 weeks." And 2 weeks later, woman and her child sat in front of Gandhi again, and he looked at the boy and said, "Stop eating sugar." And the mother was like, "Why didn't you tell this 2 weeks ago?" And Gandhi replied, "Madam, 2 weeks ago, I was still eating sugar." So I'm not comparing myself to great Mahatma Gandhi, but I got inspired by his example of not telling others to do what you're not doing yourself. And all the examples I'm about to share, I tried and implemented myself or with the help of my amazing team. That's why it's not 10 examples, it's 8 examples, just the ones that me and my team tried ourselves and found effective. The first one is Resource Center. If the results of your sales confidence survey showed that the team is not happy with how the assets are stored, I suggest you start addressing this issue right away and you will see the immediate results.
Because no matter how good the resources your team produces are, if the go-to-market team, cannot find them, the resources won't be utilized. And there are many ways to organize collateral, from a separate Drive folder to internal micro websites to software as a service products that actually organize the assets for your team. My suggestion is to ask the team where they want the assets to be stored before committing to any of the tools. Meet the team where they are, because this will increase the adoption of this new process or the new asset storage. You don't want to introduce a new platform they don't know about, as it may cause the team some downtime as they try to grasp how the new platform works. And the resource center ideally will feature both internal and external assets, which should be clearly distinguished. The minimum you'd want to add to the resource center is datasheets, battle cards, presentations, messaging guides, case studies, and publicly shareable customer quotes and testimonials. The next one is monthly go-to-market newsletter. The goal of monthly go-to-market newsletter initiatives is to provide regular communications for customer-facing teams or prospect-facing teams about updates on the market or company offerings and enablement materials that can help drive new deals and expansions. What to feature in your monthly newsletter? New and upcoming collateral, product updates, both released and upcoming, thought leadership publications that the team can use in prospecting, competitive intelligence material, positioning messaging overviews that you've put together. And you can even do video interviews with the members of the go-to-market team so they can share their knowledge with the rest of the organizations through the newsletter. My team has been running the sales newsletter since the beginning of 2023 and has found it very, very impactful for resource consumption and overall team awareness about the resources they have at their disposal. And now it's not just our intuition that tells us that it is useful for the teams. It is actually shown in data. As marketers, we always like to look at the metrics, and open rate and click-through rate says it all. And pro tips here I would like to share is that since this is an internal communication, don't overthink it and make it a plain email with sections for each type of resources that you're sharing. This will be enough for sales to consume the information and is going to be easier for you to put together. The other thing that we've learned from several iterations of the newsletter is that competitive news is not something I would recommend sharing in this email, because the news should be shared more frequently on a daily basis, and newsletter is usually like once a month or once in 2 weeks, and news become not news by that time. The next one is what's new presentation. What we learn from the sales confidence survey is that go-to-market teams prefer live communication over on-demand or asynchronous. And one of the activities we found beneficial for sales team awareness building is the what's new presentation. It is a 10-minute update on what's new in collateral, product messaging, and competitive intelligence presented during their monthly meetings. We just ask for 10 minutes and show up and showcase what's new and what they should know about. And here is the structure of the slides that I use. So there's an intro slide with the reminder of how our product marketing team looks and who to go to with questions depending on technology if you have this separation. And then we go over the collateral and enablement assets, both new and upcoming. If there was any research done, we highlight it as well. Sales or go-to-market teams, they love insights, especially the ones they can share during conversations with prospects. And then we go over the roadmap and expand on new features and product releases that make the most sense for sales to be informed about. Not all the features are created equal for the go-to-market perspective, so we filter them and explain what they mean to our sales team or go-to-market team. What you get from this activity is 100% of the sales team's attention and tons of questions you might not have access to otherwise. The next idea that we've implemented is go-to-market roadmap. In the ideal world, everything that has been released by the product team is important to shout about from the rooftops. But in reality, sometimes only a handful of features are worth sales or go-to-market team's attention. And how would sales or go-to-market team understand how to separate the wheat from the chaff? So go-to-market roadmap is the answer that we found. The go-to-market roadmap is a version of a bigger product roadmap filtered to feature the items that will start new conversations with prospects, help with deal closure, and renewals. Unlike product roadmap, the go-to-market roadmap is less technical and provides more context around why behind the feature. Our go-to-market roadmap was built in Notion, but you can build it however and wherever you like. For example, in slides or a spreadsheet. In conversations with the go-to-market team, we found that the team only wants to focus on the following when it comes to the roadmap items. What are we releasing? Why are we doing this? So the challenge. What is the audience? How are we solving their challenge on a high level, less technical details? And when is the planned release date? And what resources are available to support this feature or product item? So you can include these points into your go-to-market roadmap items, and your go-to-market teams will be more enabled and aligned in articulating your product value. The next one is transformation of sales insights into web pages and resources. One of the things that you can do is to talk to your sales team to see if there are any gaps they think need to be filled in the current marketing strategy. The front-facing teams always have good insights in regards to how customers are finding your solution. One of the things we found in conversations with sales is that some of our users engage in a deal after they try our open source products, while other customers have a certain use case for our paid services, like outages, performance issues, compliance, and so on. But on our website, we only had product pages and not the pages covering the most common use cases. So we spoke to sales and put together the pages for the most common use cases. And after these pages were released, we saw an uptick in traffic and new quality leads. So don't hesitate to ask your team for the insights like this and act on them. The next idea is educational sessions. Whether you're working for a tech company that provides services or software for very technical people like network administrators or developers, or your company provides software for fellow marketers, it is important for the sales team to know the vocabulary, definitions, and technical concepts of your industry and product. Some of our sales team members can already be technical experts, but chances are that you have a new salesperson on the team and they need your help understanding the industry and product better. And what you can do is to make periodic presentations about technical concepts that are hard to grasp without investing time and effort in the research. And for example, cloud native is a new growing market, and many companies are introducing products and services for it. Here are the examples of the slides that can easily explain what microservices and orchestrators are, for example. And if you have a learning and development department, then they may already be doing the work instead of you. In this case, you're very lucky, but not every organization has such a team in the structure. So if you want to make a difference, help build more pipeline, and build your product marketing management portfolio, this is a chance for you to do just that. The next idea is the interactive total cost of ownership calculators. One of the things that we've just started testing is a total cost of ownership, or TCO calculators. It is a page on your website where website users can go and put their data on the number of databases or servers or anything you count in your pricing, how many of them there are. And once they put their number, they will get understanding of the savings and other benefits they're getting if they use your product. This tool can be external or internal and can not only focus on numerical values, but also showcase the value based on potential losses, for example. Before we invested our time and resources into this project, we asked colleagues from product marketing community whether they see any return on investment of such tools. And we received positive feedback. Mostly such tools have been performing well, and that customers want to know what the product will save them on return on investment and total cost of ownership perspectives. This tool can be external and used for lead generation, but also can be more detailed for internal teams. Imagine a simple tool where go-to-market team can enter details about their prospects' needs, like company size challenges, number of servers, number of clusters, and whatever you're charging for, and get a quick total cost of ownership breakdown, pricing comparison, or return on investment calculation to present in real time. You can build it yourself, which can take time and effort, or use the tools that are available for purchase online. The last but not least is customizable sales deck templates. We all know that go-to-market team members like sales or customer success need freedom to customize their presentation for a conversation with each prospect or customer. And while freedom is essential, of course, so is adherence to your company branding and messaging. The last thing you want to do is to fight several versions of the presentation that the team built by themselves because they didn't have the library of approved and customizable slides to choose from. To keep both the brand teams and go-to-market teams happy with the presentation experience, you can build a library of customizable slides that your front-facing teams will customize and mix and match for each conversation that they're having. The library of slides may include visual case studies, industry-specific stats, solution flow charts, and timelines. If your product covers several technologies, categorize the slides by technology, or if you have more than one persona you're targeting in your outreach, prepare a set of slides with adjusted messaging for each persona as well. The examples that I shared today are nothing revolutionary or fancy or something you have to spend a lot of budget on. But that's what I like about it. It's simple. And most of the go-to-market team members are used to tried and true ways of making a sale, like by using PPT presentations instead of some new technology like Folion or sending datasheets to prospects in a PDF format. It's a normal thing for them. They are used to it. So meet them where they are. And all these ideas that I have shown have been implemented using a standard set of tools that you already may have in place in your organization. For example, the Resource Center and Go-to-Market Roadmap can be made in Notion or Jira or Confluence. For sales newsletter, I use HubSpot, but any other email marketing tool will do as well. And I also automated the collection of news about our competitors with RSS app. It's an app that you can Google, which is very affordable, but you can always bootstrap it with Google Alerts. The total cost of ownership calculators have been the most expensive out of all tools. Whether you get something like Value Core or build it yourself, it can be a bit expensive, but not impossible to make. So try implementing at least one of these activities, be consistent with your approach. Like if you send newsletters, send them on a regular basis, and over time you will see how your go-to-market team's confidence is growing along with the pipeline.